A shelter is one of the most important human needs and also serves as a major yardstick to measure development in a nation. While in Nigeria, rather than bridge the deficit in the sector, rising costs of cement has further widened this gap. Now, the recent spike in the cost of housing has been attributed to the activities of dealers and other middlemen in the distribution chain, while there has been a drag over the course of the hike. Low-income earners have been the ones burdened most by these increases. Our correspondent Muyo Thomas reports.
In the last 6 months, the price of cement in Nigeria has increased by nearly 50%. This hike has greatly influenced pricing in the property market. This sector contributes less than 7% to the GDP and under 1% to employment and remains largely unregulated, unlike developed countries where the sector contributes immensely.
Yes.
OLAJIDE ABIOLA is a property developer in Abuja who has been in the business for more than 5 years. He shows us around a newly completed apartment in an upscale neighborhood in Abuja. He talks about how the sharp rise in the cost of cement has impacted the real estate sector.
When we started, the cost of cement was 2,600. As at today, it is hovering between 3,800 and 4,000 naira, which is approximately about 40 to 40-something% increase. It has significantly affected us, which in turn will affect our operating costs.
According to industry data, Nigeria in 2019 had a 17 million housing deficit. Currently, with dwindling economic fortunes, worsened by the effect of COVID-19 pandemic and a rising cost of cement, the deficit has jacked up to 22 million. Now that prices are hitting the roof, many real estate developers have had to take drastic measures to ensure they stay in business.
We're going to be passing on the costs to the subscribers of our buildings, our service apartments, and all of that.
It has reduced their appearance on site because of the cost of cement. And that is, do you know the effect? The effect is not only we. In the housing construction industry, we produce a lot of jobs. As long as we are on site, we create employment immediately. It doesn't have an incubation period. And it is going to tell more on the macroeconomic factors of the country.
Cement is a major element in the construction sector, as it accounts for more than 45% of materials needed in building. Mr. Celestine Agidi is also a major player in the sector. He's a major cement dealer and runs a block molding industry. He also complains about the rising cost of building materials, especially cement.
We are selling 200, 180 before, but now you get it at a rate of 240, 250 because of the high cost of cement.
But then, it is still unclear why prices rose by nearly 50% in Nigeria. About 30 locations in more than 10 states in Nigeria have limestone deposits. This is the major mineral resource needed in the production of cement. Yet, this very essential commodity sells in Nigeria for more than 3 times the global average.
Because we in the construction industry, we create a lot of employment. If you are building one house, you are creating more than 25 employment. So there is no reason why cement should be now an issue. Well, we produce it here in Nigeria.
Cement, which is quite a bit disappointing because we've significantly scaled up local capacity and local production output. You have Dangote, you have Bois, you have Lafarge, you have Ibeto, and we expect that cement prices should not really over above 3,000 naira.
Here, the West African Student Union is also worried about this price volatility, which they put solely on the doorsteps of middlemen.
The recent hike in the price of cement, especially in Nigeria and Ghana, in comparison with other member states in the West Africa, is unacceptable.
The middlemen, who are believed to be responsible for an unstable property market, have refused to accept the blame.
If you ask me, I'll tell you that their prices are still on high side. They are giving us this cement almost at the rate of 2,900, the company price, 2,850. So it's still on high side.
In trying to bring sanity to a sector whose products and services are fast getting out of the reach of the common man, the Senate recently considered a motion to call for a relaxation of licensing restrictions. This is expected to attract new entrants and create competition that could help drive down prices. This motion resonates with some stakeholders in the industry.
So if they can liberalize cement industry, give license to others, I am believing that the price of cement will crash. But because of I won't call it monopoly, but I still maintain that it's demand and supply.
The government has to intervene. The Federal Ministry of Trade and Industry, so also Standard Organization of Nigeria must come into compliance and work alongside with the cement producers in Nigeria, so that they will be able to regulate.
The price of cement be reviewed to status quo of 2,450 naira and $5 per bag.
President Buhari, in the second term in office, promised to formulate and implement people-focused policies. But the potential of the real estate sector to create job opportunities and also meet the housing needs of the population is still far from being achieved. To meet the 22 million housing deficit that already exists in the country, government needs to play a more important role in that sector to ensure it can realize its agenda of housing for all. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.